What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my Twisted Life of TV. I am Poetry. You are here for another recap review of Ready to Love. This is season 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Season 6, episode 11, All in the Family. Y'all know I always complain about these meet the family, meet the boyfriend, meet the ex type situations. However, I actually kind of enjoyed this episode. Surprisingly so. I still was like feeling like they shouldn't be meeting each other's families, but the ones that actually did meet, I was kind of feeling they meetups. You know, I wasn't mad at it. We opened up with the fellas meeting in the lounge. Tommy asking them, have they recommitted themselves to the process? And I was like, did they uncommit? I'm confused. Somebody help me out, right? Well, Tommy basically, he being salty right now. He salty because he been left out of the loop on a lot of the things. And he says, what the hell was that? What was that? What was that?
Vito barked at you because she was like speeding past him.
Oh. Vito, you need to sit your butt down somewhere. It's my dog barking at the cat. Okay, I ain't finna edit that out. No, I'm not. We finna keep it moving. I was saying that Tommy is a little salty right now because he feel like he been left out of the loop on a lot of what's been going on in this season. You know, we had self-elimination with what's that girl named Ace, and then the Eric and the kid situation that he was unaware of. Because usually production keeps Tommy in a loop. When they come to these meet and greets and meetups, Tommy already got a heads up about what's going on. But in this particular season, he seemed to be left out. Now, I think the reason why Tommy was left out of a whole lot of stuff is because he ain't been feeling well. Remember, Tommy got the C19. Tommy got to see 19 after this season aired, which is why he wasn't at the reunion of the other show. Okay, because they did these back to back, right? But anyway, Tommy say like he feel like if anybody ain't here, you know, for her to process and they not really here to find love, then he gonna eliminate them. He was referring to Tina. He feels some kind of way that Tina didn't show up. But like I said in Tina's interview, she said they knew she wasn't coming. Okay, well, this is what I feel about this too, Tommy. You always been eliminating people. You always have. At least on the past few seasons anyway. Anyone that you didn't like, it was so obvious to us as the viewers. They hit the door with the quickness. Anyone that production didn't vibe with, they hit the door. Okay, at least 50% of the cast members that have been on the previous 5 seasons, at least 50% of them have all came out and said that they will be coerced in the voting procedure to get people out that wasn't gelling with either Tommy or production. They always saying production was swinging the votes. Okay, so he goes on to tell them that Tina goes to him too, right? Like I said, I already told y'all that story from her point of view. And Paul say, I'm kind of salty with Tina. You know, I'm salty at the fact that she bounced. Well, according to her, y'all didn't connect anyway after that first date. How are you so salty? Okay? And y'all probably had a few phone conversations here and there. But as far as a real connection after that first meetup, there was none. There was none. When she came to the house, I believe her goal was to actually speak to Donovan. And her goal was to speak to Donovan because I believe they developed a friendship of sorts. Nothing romantic, but just a friendship, right? And she came in wanting to talk to him, not you. When somebody, I think it was the kid, was like, well, Tina's here, you gonna talk to her? And you're like, I don't want to talk to her. She didn't want to talk to you anyway, bruh. She didn't want to talk to you anyway. So Paul has been the hero, or the one person this season that as soon as he sees something go wrong or stuff looking kind of sideways, he jumps the bandwagon. He jumps ship and move on to the next lane. Where his mistake was that Precious, he made something wrong with Precious, okay? He wanted to, everybody else was feeling like Precious was a little bit too loose, too wild, you know what I'm saying? So he took that on board and made that his issue with her too. He didn't really give a damn about Precious wilding out. That's the lifestyle that he lived. Anyway, right? So the one person that actually was into you, you fucked up and backdoored her and got her out. And now you bouncing around from woman to woman to woman to woman, not even sure if your connection real at all, okay? The one who was truly invested in you, you was investing in getting her ass off the show. And now we 2 weeks away from the end of the doggone season, and you up here want to build a connection with the kid. Now I know it was been done before. But that's neither here nor there, right? So Tommy tell the fellas, it's time for y'all to introduce these women to your family. Technically, Paul should not be participating because he has no connection that warrants that. But to be honest, Dakia been floating along too. She really has, okay? So Clifton decides to have his cousin and his uncle meet Joy. These got to be his mom and daddy's cousins, you know, and uncle, but still. Or they older. They elder. They wiser. They more mature. Okay? But they all seem to be getting along well. One thing I can say about Joy and Clifton is that to me, it seems like, how can I describe this? You know how if you meet someone in life and y'all don't get that chance to hook up, but you always think about a shoulda, coulda, woulda, y'all with that person, right? That's what Joy and Cliff seem like to me. They seem like they had met before once upon a time in life. Somehow they didn't meet up, the stars didn't align, and they lost contact. And now here it is 10, 15 years later, and somehow they paths uncrossed. And y'all have the perfect opportunity to not miss this chance again. So y'all trying to hold on to it with all your dear life, with every breath in you. That's what it seemed like to me. Like I said, when he took that drink out of her doggone champagne glass the first night they met, I say, they familiar. Okay? And they bond been hella fucking strong since the beginning. Somebody in the episode said, I think that's love at first sight, you know. Was that his cousin that said that? It might have been, something like that. Anyhow, you know, I hope it worked out for him. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all, she brought this up. I'm going to get to it. I'm stuttering. Hold on. She lives in Mexico. I told y'all that in the casting special. I was like, she don't even believe she lives in Boston or Baltimore, D.C. Where they at? D.C. I was like, she don't live there. You know, she live in Mexico. Well, apparently, she had already told everybody that's where she lived. But as soon as the show stopped taping, she goes back to Mexico. Now, she claimed on Instagram, because she been all over Instagram, left and right, up and down, side to side, letting everybody know that Clifton is her man. Jesus will work it out. They gonna work that shit out, right? And they gonna figure some stuff out. Now, Clifton knows that it poses an issue, but he seems willing to work through it, okay? I have a passport, real travel. That's basically what Cliff's saying. But he know it's going to be hard. He know it's going to be a struggle. That's going to be really hard on a new relationship. Y'all only known each other for 8 weeks. You still are in the puppy dog phase of it. You know what I'm saying? The crushing phase. That's exactly the honeymoon stage is what people call it. That's where y'all at. And if she finna take off and go somewhere else, 5,000 miles across the world, it ain't that damn far. But still, is it 5,000 miles? It's 1,500. It's 1,000 miles from Orlando to St. Louis. from Boston, it ain't that long. It's probably about 2,000 miles, if that long. You know what I'm saying? To go from DC to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, because she's a headliner there. You know, she sings. That's her job. So he gonna be bouncing back and forth if things work out. That's gonna be hard as a motherfucker on you. I should know. My last few relationships were all long distance relationships, and the one that I had that wasn't, actually that was kind of long distance too. When we met, he was in Canada, and he didn't come back to Missouri for like 3 months. And then he was in and out because he runs track professionally. He was in and out, you know, kind of sort of long distance. You know what I'm saying? And then it became the fact that, like, when he was in and out, he was in and out with his wife that I didn't know about. But that's okay. That's a whole other story. Y'all don't need to know about that. Anyway, next up is zesty ass Donovan. I ain't ever seen a man roll his eyes and pop his lips so much unless they was of the alphabet community. Okay? He said in the last episode that she snapped on him, Sabrina did, and said that he would be the next one to go. Well, Sabrina's take on it is that they were joking about who was going to be the next, and her response was, it could be you. Okay? Some shit that I would probably say. It's two totally different sides of the same coin. But anyway, he said they ain't spoken since the retreat. It always baffles me that y'all don't speak. What's wrong with y'all phones? Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. What's wrong? Because y'all be all over Instagram every single day. How come y'all can communicate? Is there something in the contract that says I can only call you or talk you or text you when production say I can? They ain't spoke since the doggone retreat. Yeah. Basically, he already made up his mind that Carmen is who he want. That's what that was saying to me. Okay. And Sabrina, she like, dude, you really lied on me. That's how she feeling. So she ain't got no words for you. So no, I ain't calling either. She actually is dreading meeting up with him because she said her trust is gone. You know, you throw me under the bus like that and rolled over me, backed up, didn't put the brakes on, okay, didn't blow the horn, nothing. That's how you do me, somebody that I was building a bond with, and you do me like that and lie to my face. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he said he ain't lying. Somebody, you know, like I told y'all, I already believed that Sabrina was my little firecracker. And you know, we saw her raise up a little bit with Vern, but she didn't really get like I thought she could be. And I think what I think she could be is Sabrina 1.0. Because now she's 2.0. Remember, she's Sabrina 2.0. I won't know what the 1.0 is. Maybe we'll see that at the reunion. Anyway, she said her trust is gone. She sat down, and he looking like 2 finger snaps and a lip smack right at her, right? He was like, that's the look he had on his face. No lie, no cap, whatever y'all say, right? And she's like, okay, well, it looked like you got a lot on your mind. Nope. That's exactly how he was looking. Nope. Let me get your side profile. Let me get it. Nope. He did a little bubble. He did a little bubble. I'm telling you, zest. Zest with the capital Z, baby. Okay, anywho. So, she like, what the fuck am I here for? My words, not hers. Anyway, he just gave this long, drawn out confessional about how y'all need to talk. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all hadn't talked since the doggone retreat. But now she's sitting here in front of your face and you like, ain't nothing on my mind. Bruh, come on. Sabrina, if I was you, I would have said, okay, see you later, bye. Deuces, what the fuck am I sitting here for? But no. Now, being the person that she is, she needed to know, why am I here then, right? So he goes on this whole spiel about, you know, how I feel about respecting the process, right? And I try to respect the process like I respect you, but you not reciprocating. I came here to find somebody that was going to love me, care for me, rub me, scratch my back and all that, but you ain't doing that for me, girl, right? His panties was all in a bunch. Because she told him that he wasn't ready to love, that she had concerns about him not being fully ready because he just got out of doggone divorce 4 months ago, brand spanking new. Just, you know what I'm saying? He just got out of the doggone divorce. And so she's saying he probably needed more time to heal. Now, she just recently had a divorce too, but hers is at least a year and a half ago. So she feels she got a little one up on him and everything. But he was like, how the fuck you gonna tell me I ain't ready for this? I wouldn't have signed up for this if I wasn't ready. And then he did that face again. He did that face, right? And so she said, you know what? I gotta laugh myself because that just offended his little sensibilities. Oh, anywho, we know you was invited to the show, dog. We know that you were one of the people who was invited by the cast. It wasn't like you said, oh my God, I'm ready for love. They auditioned and let me run down her and put my name on a list because my best friend Phil just did it and he found him a baddie, right? Okay, anywho, so Sabrina looked at him like, dog, what's going on? You've been very inconsistent. And I swear, I had fell back. You right. But I fell back because of the relationship I saw developing with you and Carmen. That's why I fell back some. And he's like, you know what? She just lying on me. I feel like you've been disrespectful to me. And you've been like leading me astray. Same way you've been leading Demetrius. I was like, so you speaking for Demetrius now too? What? Your actions not matching your words, shorty. Donovan, yours ain't either, baby. They ain't. They ain't matching it at all. Because you saying that she hasn't been giving you what you wanted, what you've been looking for, what you needed from this show. She ain't been doing none of that for you. But somehow, with all of her inconsistencies that she has been displaying to you, she your strongest bond. But that's her fault. She need to take accountability for that. Accountability for what? She has been honest that she had a connection with Demetrius. You saw her nibble on the ear too. She say, look here, bro. Excuse me. I was exploring both of my connections. The same way you were exploring both of your connections. I backed off, like I said, because of Carmen. And you told me that if I couldn't choose you or Demetrius, that you were going to choose Carmen over me anyway. He said, and the lie detector said, that is a lie. Sabrina's like, well, why the hell he got all this vitriol from me? What the fuck? I ain't did nothing to his little fragile ass. Okay. Sabrina said he acting like she rolled over his dog. And he's sitting there smirking and cleaning his fingernails. That's what he doing. He's sitting there cleaning his fingernails and all that stuff. Which I guess you were supposed to flip out. Okay. Sabrina 2.0 is like, dude, I know my worth. Okay. I know my worth. And I'm not finna sit here and cry over no doggone spilled milk. It was spoiled anyway, stank ass. You know, that's what Sabrina's saying. That is what she's saying. So, Paul, he invited the kid out again. Because he needed to smooth things over after that little situation with Carmen. And how she outed him. And he tell her that Carmen is, he had told Carmen to mind her business, right? And she was a little salty about that. So that's why she decided to comfort the kid. And she had been trying to comfort the kid this whole time. I really wonder what Carmen had been saying to Paul. Okay? And the reason why I know she said some shit to Paul, and Paul just chuckled and laughed it off, because as soon as the kid threw shade at her, he said, Both of them know Carmen been throwing shots, and the kid attributes it to the Eric situation. But girl, it started way before the end. It started before the end. And say, I didn't even talk about this last week, but the kid said, you know, how Build a Body over there got the nerve to talk about, you know, body built by God. Me, you know what I'm saying? Child, please. I'm not threatened by that. You know what I'm saying? All I gotta do is light a damn match in the bitch of milk. That's all she's saying. Paul had the nerve to chuckle, right? Because he know he likes Build a Body, but he know that Build a Body been saying shit about the kid too. He know it. And the kid need to know, where y'all at though? Okay, just because you're sitting here with me trying to smooth things over, where y'all at? Because if that's the type of woman that you want, then I ain't it, dog. And when she said that, Paul got a little nervous. He shifted in his seat. You know, Paul is really lanky because he's tall. I think he's like 6'4", 6'5". He's tall, so he kind of like it. He just, shifted in his seat, trying to straighten his back a little bit. Right. And then he said, you know what? Look here. I need to be on camera. They need to film me, so I need a date. I need you to come meet my people. I know we ain't really know each other long. We just really started speaking. We hooked up hella late into the game. The show over next fucking week and everything. But can you meet my people for me so I can get some camera time? And she's like, you know what? I find this very odd, but I need camera time too. So yes, I'll go ahead and meet your family, right? So let's go ahead and meet the fam. Donovan introducing his quirky love interest, Carmen, whose birthday he don't know. Dog is October 5th, 1977. I know it. I know her birthday. When did Carmen get divorced? She didn't. Y'all know Carmen is still married. At least my records, my research say Carmen is still married. She may be separated from that man and they have long gone on apart from each other. What she say, 8 years since her son saw his daddy, but I do not believe that they are legally divorced. I don't believe they legally divorced. None of my records. When I pop it up and I do my research and everything says as of today's date, and that's the date that I'm researching, she is still legally married to Mr. Green. I'm just saying. Anywho, his mama like her. His mama a live wire baby. She a little cuckoo. She reminds me of Sheila. Ashley Darby's mama on Real Housewives of Potomac. They might be kinfolk. I forgot this is supposed to be the Ready to Love Potomac. Anywho, yeah, that's who she remind me of. But she like her. She thought she was a real special person. She didn't come in there with the blue contacts on because she came to read mama. She didn't want to look too sassy, Shantae. You know what I'm saying? She didn't want to look too sassy. But Carmen always looks cute to me, I think. Anywho. So Demetrius decided to call a date with Sabrina first, so they could talk about some of the issues that they had before we do this meet the family thing. Okay, they already knew she wasn't finna meet the family. They already knew it. So anyway, they talk about the submission thing, and Demetrius, though they thought they had deaded that conversation before. He's like, I thought we was done with that. I told you I didn't want a submissive woman, and I thought that was over. But Sabrina says the energy that you bring me, bro, tells me that you a lie. I feel it every time. And I think right now you're just saying what you think I want to hear. Okay, he wants a follower, and that ain't her. So they get a little clarity, not much, a little clarity. But on the flip side of it, they said, y'all said it, not me, because I don't know. He's a Kevin Samuels follower, and she's a diehard feminist. That's how I see these two, right? They gon' clash. Everything that Sabrina's saying about them, it's gon' clash. It's clashing now. But again, Demetrius need to stay on the show. He can't lose you, girl. I'm willing to work through this. Sabrina's like, we got 1 week left, cuz. What we still working through? I gotta make a decision next week, and we still working through it. You want us to walk off of this show hand in hand, skipping down the street, singing fa la 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 la, and we still got problems? He's like, yes, I'm willing to work through them problems. We shouldn't be starting off a fucking relationship with problems. But you don't understand about that. Okay. Anywho, they start talking about the name. She said, you want me to take your name? He's like, yes. I am a woman. Okay. I know, y'all know Sabrina's Latino. She's a black African Latino, Afro-Latino. She's a black Latino woman. Okay, anyway. A lot of the Latino people that I know, they don't take their spouse's last name. They keep their family name. They may add to it. So it could be like, my name is now Helena Rodriguez Diaz Gomez Fernandez Davis. Okay? Something like that, they keep them. So I understand that because that's from the culture. On top of the fact that they like to keep their father's name and carry on that tradition, I myself, even though I believe in taking my spouse's name, I didn't take mine fully either when I got married. I added his name to mine. And I did so because I wasn't sure if I really wanted to marry this man. I just married him anyway. And I figured that it'd be easy for me to go ahead and kick off that last part because I had the hyphen. I was Davis hyphen Clark. I kick off that last part and I didn't have to worry about his damn name. I didn't have to change my social security card because I know that they only look at the first 4 letters of your last name anyway in their system, so that Clark would never show up. You know what I'm saying? They did change my name tags in the military. I was mad about that. But I never legally changed my name. It was Davis Clark, right? And so when I got divorced, I immediately went back to Davis. I didn't have to ask permission to get my name back. I wasn't like Ike and Tina Turner. And she was like, but I keep the name. I work hard for that name. Okay? That's what Tina was doing. And Sabrina's like, I'm going to keep my name. You know, Jada Pinkett Smith. That's what Sabrina reminded me of. I know with all the controversy and stuff that's going on right now with Chris Rock and Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith and all that good guys and stuff, Sabrina reminds me of Jada Pinkett Smith. Not in the way she look, but in her delivery and the way that she speaks and the type of things that she says. She reminds me of Jada Pinkett. And people have said that Sabrina is a bit of a narcissist. She flaky and she wishy-washy. I mean, I'm just saying. Ooh, excuse me. I still got a little bit of acid reflux. I'm still belching and burping and shit. And I'm drinking this water. Anywho, Demetrius was like, despite all that, can you still meet my family? They flying in. They flying in for the weekend. Lil Jada Pinkett said, I don't give a damn about your family flying in. I ain't finna meet them. We're not in that place right now. We trying to rebuild trust. I was like, when did all these people lose trust? What happened that you lost trust in Demetrius? What did he say and or do that you no longer trust him? And y'all trying to rebuild trust. Both of y'all have a need for dominance in the relationship. Kevin Samuels and Jada Pinkett Smith, y'all both have a need for dominance in a relationship. She's not willing to compromise not one little bit. And right now, he just like, look here, I don't want to be gone off the show. I hope his family wasn't coming to town for the show. Anywho, on another note, the kid is meeting up with Paul's brother. You know, despite the fact that she still feels that they on a friendship level. We just gonna ride this out until the end, Paul. Me and you, we got an agreement. That's what it seemed like to me. Cause she ain't got no spark from that man. It looked like she wanted his brother and the brother wanted her. That's what it looked like to me, right? He said, the brother said she gave textbook answers. They was really good textbook answers. I mean, made her look stellar in my eyes. And they just was a little bit textbook though. I think she a solid woman though. Maybe they should date, okay? Cause she ain't feeling Paul. She is not feeling Paul. He ain't feeling her for real. They trying to make. Did she say she can't figure out if they trying to force it? And I think that's exactly what they doing. He trying to put a square peg in a round hole, and the hole is smaller than the peg. Okay. So anywho, they meet up. I'm thinking somebody about to get booted off this week, but no, they didn't. Cause I was like, it gotta be the kid, cause nobody else has a connection to her. If she say Tommy on some bullshit, but they did not kick anybody off. He just need Paul to stay on her for some reason. I don't know what it is. I don't know what relationship Tommy got with Paul, but he don't want Paul to go nowhere. And then I was like, okay, Sabrina gonna go because Donovan feeling a little pissy and things like that, and she didn't want to meet Demetrius' family. Yeah, Sabrina out of here, right? Cliff say, look, everything's everything with me and Joy. Don't worry about us over here. When he got to Paul, Tommy had questions. What you see in her? What you see in her you just see in the other women? Okay, when did you start talking to her? You know, he says she's a very straightforward person. I like that about her. And Tommy said, so the others ain't. He got into his little pissy mode. He was rolling his eyes and popping his lips too. He might as well have some chewing gum and been cracking it. That's how Tommy was looking, and the others ain't. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Not for him, no. Donovan looking like, oh, you really gonna talk about my boo like that? My little quirky boo? You gonna talk about her like that? Okay. Actually, Paul, they actually all been pretty straightforward with you. Just not in the way that you related. That's all that was. So Tommy is like, what took you so long to talk to her then? You know, Tommy acted like he had a real problem. He was real offended at Paul for going after the kid. I don't remember Tommy having this same issue with Dante and Aisha. They hooked up at the retreat too. At least Paul had a date with the kid before this. Okay? But you didn't drill them like that. Okay? Anyway, Tommy looked pissed. You know, he rolling his eyes, popping his lips, everything. Girl, Tommy was doing the damn thing too. So anyway, Donovan brings up Sabrina being hard-headed and having no accountability. I'm like, huh? Accountability for what? Because I'm still missing something. There's some pieces of this puzzle that y'all ain't showing us. Tommy is like, you know, basically he wanted her to make a choice, and she was still exploring her options. So were you. So were you. Because if you weren't still trying to make a choice, then you wouldn't have had to choose Carmen. It had been done before y'all get to the house, okay? But anyway, his ego was hurt. His ego was bruised. His ego was fractured. His face was cracked, all that, right? He was like, she ain't finna do me like my best friend did them 3 ladies last season. That ain't what she finna do. What Demetrius say, you know, him and Sabrina, they putting the pieces back together. But he did feel some kind of way that she didn't want to meet the fam. Really? I mean, I understood it, but I didn't at the same time. It's the most Demetrius done spoke the whole fucking season. But see, Tommy had a problem with that. You know, he said, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to kick her ass off. If I think she playing games. That's what Tommy said in the beginning. No, what he said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you go talk to her and have a conversation with her. And basically it sounded to me like he was trying to sway Demetrius into getting rid of her. Okay? He acting like she the first one to not be at a place of decision when they go to the retreat. The retreat is where they make their decisions, okay? Phil couldn't decide. Mario still couldn't decide. You know, a lot of people couldn't decide. Wasn't Mike still tossing shit back and forth too? And his other girl had to back out for him to be with Shay. Wasn't that at the retreat as well? I thought so. Anywho, Kyla couldn't decide. Rashid, he didn't even meet the family either, remember? Okay? There has been so many. Who else? There's been so many. Drop me in the comment section if y'all know. But stop acting like these people are really here for love, Tommy. Stop it. Come on now, Tommy. And they gonna have a problem when Paul does it. When Paul wants the kid to meet the family, and now you got an issue. So which is it? You mad at Sabrina for not meeting the family, or you mad at Paul for having the kid meet her? You being a hypocrite, Tommy. You being a hypocrite. Anyway, ain't no elimination. Ain't no elimination. Like I said, he wanted Demetrius to give her the boot. But I was like, maybe I missed something. You know, because I know I ain't been taking notes. But when did Demetrius and Sabrina have a point where the trust was broken? Somebody help me out. Put it in the comment section if y'all remember. Because again, last week's episode, I was kind of iffy on it. Anyway, actually, you know what? It don't even matter. It don't matter. Because she said to him, you know, I don't think you're my person. No, correction. I know you're not my person. What was one of the best parts of the whole show for me? The best parts of the whole show for me. I told y'all Sabrina wasn't going to choose either one. Now, technically, Donovan said he put her out the pasture already because he was going to work on Carmen. But Sabrina wasn't finna choose him. He knew it too. That's why he was salty in the booty like that. He knew it. She was already removed from his ass. Twice removed from his ass already. You know, that's why she still will be pointing out their flaws. If Sabrina was really into these men like she said she was into them, she would still be crushing like Joy crushing on Clifton. Because Clifton got a whole lot of motherfucking flaws that Joy don't give a damn about, because that's who she want to be with. But Sabrina was like, his teeth crooked. That's why she didn't like the Vern, probably because that crooked ass smile. I don't like the way his right nostril flare up when he pursed his lips. That's how Sabrina was. She's still picking out flaws. So she was already removing herself. So what she did, she removed herself from the competition. You know what I'm saying? She said, look here. When you chose Carmen, I was like, all right, cool. That just gave me the relief. I ain't got to drop you, okay? Sabrina said, I'm going to remove myself from this process in order for me to find love. Because I ain't going to find it here. Not with y'all, not with this life, okay? And she said, she was telling Demetrius, I don't think you hear me. We could work through our challenges. Because he was like, what you mean? So you just going to leave me here? We trying to rebuild? We could work on this and stuff like this? We shouldn't have to do that, dog. This ain't for me, bro. You ain't for me, bro. That's what she told him, okay? Whoo. That's the end of this recap and review, y'all. This episode here, I liked it. I did. Next week is decision day, y'all. Already. Who y'all think gonna decide to pick who? We already know Clifton and Joy gonna choose each other. That should be it for real. And Donovan and Eric was on a live stream last night. Trying to talk about how she know he is salty, dog. He is salty. They was on his live stream talking about Sabrina. How he gonna tell me that I ain't ready to love? She don't know how my marriage was. She don't know what was going on with that. Well, why didn't you fucking tell her? Okay, she's trying to learn about you and get to know you deeper. And then she was asking questions about the relationship. You've been divorced for 4 months. If y'all ain't been together or living in the same household or having issues, y'all really been separated for the longest, even spiritually or energy wise separated. It was over for a long time. It was over for about a year or two, but we was just holding on for the kids. Say some shit like that, but no, that ain't what you said. But they was, boy, him and Eric was going in. They was both some bitter bitches on that damn live stream, and it was all about Sabrina the Kid. Child, y'all put it down in the comment section what y'all think about this episode, and I gotta finish watching and put a ring on it so I can get that to y'all. I'm at the part right now where Shorty and Kenneth about to go on their dates. See you in the next video. Peace.